Come join me on my Sunday. I usually wake up at 3:30 a.m. on Sundays. A little bit foggy day today. Pack up my gym bag and get some pre-workout in, especially at 3:30 in the morning. Sometimes I need it. Head on out to my truck. It's super cold. So glad I got a remote starter on my truck. And then I head on out to the gym. Really love Lifetime Fitness, and especially Sunday mornings because there is literally nobody there when it opens. One of my favorite machines. Did a little bit of a light jogging today. Then I had to head up to the towers, our offices, and grab a piece of gear that I forgot to take on my way home on Thursday. Went and grabbed it really quick and then headed right back down to the arena. Went down the hallway backstage. It's a long hallway. And finally reached our temporary control room. Powered everything on. Pulled my laptop out and looked to see who was on and got ready for the rest of my day. Then we headed to huddle with our staff and some team members and prayed. After that, during vocal and band sound check, I'm just making my rounds, making sure that the track is clear. Went and double checked our Venice on the Panther dolly. We had to put that on there due to a broken head that's getting repaired. Then I was messing with my comms and double checking show flow and making sure that the click and guide tracks were up on my bass unit so that I can hear what is happening during worship. And then it was finally Daddy and Levi time. Always love when he gets the chance to come and see me before he goes up to TC Kids. And then it was time for dress rehearsal. Dress rehearsal is where we get all the kinks out and we do a full run through from the start all the way up to the sermon, and we make sure that everything goes smoothly before we actually go live. Always love it when my wife can come down and be with me, and she was able to pray for me for peace and strength today. Next, I went up to the stage, checked in on the stage managers. We had some big illustrations happening today, so checked in with the crew and looked at the sets and then made sure that things were blocked properly so that I could capture them on camera. By the time that is over, Pastor Mike and Pastor Charles comes downstairs to do Pastor Mike's run through. This is where we go over everything during a sermon as far as illustration goes, how he wants it to look and feel like. Here he's giving us instructions as to what's actually going to be happening during the illustration. Then I'm showing him some cameras that I'll be using and how I'll be covering that area of the set. And then finally I go over where he needs to be during the sermon illustration so that we can pull the set up without it being on camera and show him what shots I'm going to take. After that, I have a quick huddle with my video production team and we go over any changes that Pastor Mike may have wanted, and then we pray and say some last words of encouragement. And then finally doors open. But here I'm just making my final rounds. And I'm going to go and say hi to Jeremy at front of house. And then I'll do one last double check with my team on the Panther dolly because we're using a different camera today. Wanted to make sure they were comfortable. And then finally we're live.
13, when you get to that section, just hold there. I'm making my big, coming to 9. And 9, 13, make your move.
Then a few minutes into his message, the illustration starts. Pastor Mike always keeps me on my toes.
Is moving walls. What I'm talking about is turning stuff over. What I'm talking about is rearranging what looks pretty and what has not served me anymore. What I'm talking about is finding, ripping, throwing things off the wall.
And then finally after that, he preaches a little more. Then he says the tagline, and then we are out. Go to TC Post, and then after that, I'm saying goodbye to the team, shutting everything down, and then headed home. And that's pretty much it. My Sunday in a nutshell. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, never forget to worship first and capture second.